Welcome to Apartment Guitars, the channel all about guitarist gear in small spaces. This video is not sponsored by anyone, but it would be nice if it was. If you're like me or many other guitarists, you're always tinkering with your pedal board. Sometimes it's small and concise, sometimes it has on every pedal that you own. Sometimes your standard pedal board isn't enough, and that's where you need something different, something maybe modular, something that was built with guitarists and their pedals in mind. And that's where the Holeyboard comes in. A few weeks ago, I went on the hunt for a new pedal board. I had just gotten a Proco Rat, and its big, ugly, giant control knobs got in the way of stepping on my pedals in the second row. So I went on the hunt for a pedal board with a raised second tier. I had in my mind this older pedal board that was curved and had the second tier and was really cool. When I went looking for it, it didn't exist anymore. The company had moved on to newer designs, and that's where I stumbled upon the Holeyboard 123. It's relatively new. I think it came out in like April. I'll double check on that. What really sold me on it was that it was modular, and you could have these different pieces and expand and put them together. You know, I love anything that is modular. So the Holeyboard consists of 3 modules. Module 1, which is the base module that you use to connect the other modules to. Module 2 is it's almost identical to Module 1, but it's slightly lower, slips underneath, so you can kind of expand and contract it. And the Module 3 is for like wahs and volume pedals and stuff like that. It doesn't have a second tier, it just extends the full length of the board. For more information on the standard 123 configuration, check the links below. The company that makes them has a great instructional video on it, so I think you can learn about the standard build there. My Holeyboard is not a standard configuration. After I did some research on it, I started to wonder if the whole slight, not really noticeable height difference between modules 1 and 2 would bother my OCD, and once that thought was in my head, it never left it. So I reached out to Chris Trifolo at Holeyboard, I think that's how you say his name, and asked him if I could connect 2 Holeyboard Module 1s together to create a more flush board. I was looking to build a big board anyway. He responded within a day and set me up with a Holeyboard 113 configuration, which required some extra hardware that you couldn't get just ordering online. Within a few days, the board was here. The whole customer service thing was really awesome. Chris was great, and I wasn't expecting to interact directly with him. So kudos to them and their awesome customer service. At the time of recording this video, you can't order the configuration directly on the website, but if you reach out to them, they should be able to set you up with the extra hardware that you need to build any kind of funky configuration that you don't see on their site directly. Hopefully in the near future, they'll set up new bundles and stuff like that. I think that'd be really cool to be able to buy the hardware separately, and then if you want to do weird expansions and configurations, you don't have to go through and bug them. But right now you can buy the individual modules and you can buy the 123 bundle. My first impressions of the board were really good. Building was relatively easy to figure out. There's an official build video and some included instructions, so it didn't take very long for me to build it. I tried to do it on camera a little bit, and so I was definitely trying to be funny or something like that. But the board is both Velcro and zip tie friendly. I'm more of a Velcro guy myself, but it's cool that the option is there. Once I got all my pedals on and got a chance to use it, it was really a game changer. The angle of the second tier is perfect, and the lack of the angle on the first tier is actually really, it's easier to use than your standard kind of angled large pedal board. With the addition of the Module 3, you can add the volume and wah pedal, volume or wah pedal, without having to try to figure out where it's going to live on the rest of the board. If you have a mini wah pedal, it might work on the first tier, depending on the size of your foot. I have to kind of scooch my foot just a little bit further back to get it to work than where the kind of sweet pocket is for the mini wah. So it's probably not going to go on the board in that kind of configuration. I'd have to either swap out my volume pedal or get another Module 3. It doesn't work on the second tier at all. The angle is wrong, so that's kind of out of the question. But that's not really a big problem in my opinion. The mini wahs aren't really that common, and it clearly wasn't designed with the thought process of having an expression pedal on the tiered sections of the board. My only real complaint with the specific configuration that I have is that there's a little bit of flex that happens at the connection point between modules 1 and 2. I secured the second tier with some of the included zip ties, but it would really benefit from a support bar on the second tier. All that being said, it's secure and it's not going to go anywhere. It just bugs me a little bit. My final verdict, this board is amazing. I can make it huge if I wanted to, or I can make it small. I could get another module down the road and kind of expand or go to a standard 1, 2, 3 if I wanted to. I could use the individual modules on their own if I wanted a really small tight board. I think that it's great for really any guitarist, no matter what your configuration is, and that second tier is just a game changer. It's awesome. It really helped simplify my personal rig. I had 2 boards running for my 2 amps, and now everything is on 1 board, 2 loops, and it just looks great in the living room. It keeps things from kind of starting to bleed out into the rest of the living room, and keeps my wife happy. So that's the key. If I had to rate it in stars or something, I don't know, stars suck. Let's do pedals. Pedals. I like pedals. I'd probably give it like 4 out of 5 stomp boxes. Get it, you won't be disappointed. If you want to get a Holeyboard for yourself, check out the link below. They're, like I said, great customer service if you want something custom. If you like this video, give it a like. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe. I'm new to YouTube and want to make more gear reviews and informative videos, so if there's anything you want to see, leave a comment. Okay, that's all I got. Oh, my toes! Sitting on my toes!